flag is.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call meeting to order, roll call, everyone is present. Dave, you have something?
Yes, I would like to take a minute. Sandy, if you would mind coming forward in front here, please.
There's only one Sandy.
Right up here. If we were at the school board convention this year, Sandy would have received a special recognition up on stage in front of thousands of people. We talked to her about it and she said, that's okay.
I said, no, thank you.
Yes. But in lieu of that convention, I would like to present this certificate of recognition. Special recognition of service to Wisconsin public education is awarded to Sandra Robinson for 20 years or more school board service in the Waupaca School Board.
Wow. Congratulations. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yes. You know, it did feel just kind of odd. I know this isn't recognition that's received time, but when it's put this way, it can kind of feel like that.
We know that.
No better.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public comment. Looks like everybody's on the payroll today. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Just gotta make sure we didn't just hire somebody.
What? No,
Actually,
actually,
we had to just hire somebody.
well,
What was the motion?
Steve Johnson.
Second.
all in favor? Aye. Communications.
Okay, under donations. Some nice donations again. Waupaca Foundries donated $1,848 to our tech ed, career and technical education department for the purchase of an oven and a forge. Would you like to say anything about that, sir?
Thank you.
Yeah, it was very nice.
That's it.
Sandra's words repeated.
We had an anonymous donation to Chain Lakes Elementary School, $400 approximately in gifts and food to needy family, and $300 in winter clothing for needy students. So thank you to those donors for that. And General Mills donated $500 to our food service program.
Is there a motion to approve, or, yes?
We move to approve the donations with thanks.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. School board visits.
Well, I did. I visited Waupaca Middle School last Friday and had a great visit. It was the 6th grade reward trip. So the 6th graders, most of the 6th graders were not in the building. But there were some that hadn't earned the reward trip for grades. And so some of them were in the art room with Mr. George Wild and doing incredible clay work. They were making pottery and whatever with glazes. And there was one young man in particular that apparently struggles a little academically. But this young man has so much artistic talent. It just blew me away. And he was showing me all the pottery and the different work that he had created. And I walked out of that room so grateful for our ability to be able to fund such incredible arts programs in our schools. Because I think it takes all kinds of students. And obviously here was a child that was very, very gifted in art and is able to shine that way rather than maybe he struggles in some of the academic classes. Interestingly, as I was walking out on the alongside her door were all these scanned little barcode things that you could scan with students' names next to them. So I asked her what that was all about, and she said that Joan Holman is working on something where you can scan any child's code, and it comes up to a page where they explain their artwork. So she showed me how it worked, and sure enough, scanned a student, and there is the recording of a student explaining why she did the art that she did and whatever. It was absolutely incredible that this is taking place in the school. Then I went down to gym class, and Amy Lewinsky, I don't know her married name, but, or Jenny. She was having a baby in a week, actually.
Couple
but
days.
No, she said Friday, Valentine's Day.
Friday.
Yeah.
Couple days?
And, oh, I thought you said a couple weeks, a couple days.
Pretty
And
fast.
there she was doing her gym class, and she was having Olympics with the kids. They were having relay races, floor hockey. And she had each of the kids explore a country, research their flag, draw the flag, come up with teams, find out facts about each country, how many athletes they had in the Olympics. It was incredible what she had done as an Olympic project with floor hockey. And she said it was just a unit on floor hockey, but she decided to take it to the Olympic level, so that was incredible. Then I went down to the music department. Mr. Beaver was working with a group of young people, and he was helping them get ready to do a fundraiser at Trinity because they're trying to raise money for piano. And so he had prepared these young people to participate in a concert, I believe it was last Friday night, to help raise money at their church, which was amazing to me and very noteworthy. Then I went down to Mr. Lemke's computer lab, and he was working with some new fifth graders on how to do some programming, and they were starting with their favorite books. So they were all putting together little PowerPoints of their favorite books that they have read. And then finally, I went to Mrs. Polovitsky's class, and she had most of her students were gone on the reward trip, but she was explaining more about this computer work that's being done at the middle school. So she took me down to Joan Holman's office, where I sat with Joan for a long time, and she brought me up to date on all the incredible computer and tech ed programming that's going on in the middle school that absolutely blew me away. Basically, how these Chromebooks are being used, how she's trying to write grants so that the entire 8th grade can all get Chromebooks, how far ahead they are with tech ed as far as some other school districts around, a little behind others. And she talked about a new program called Coding, where she said most of the kids that are going out into the world right now, for every 10 tech jobs, there are only 7 applicants. And that is like the wave of the future, and how all of our students need to learn how to do this coding. So she showed me how she's going to take coding into all the grades and all the classes, and they're all going to learn it. And it's done, it looks like they're doing computer games, but actually they're learning how to computer program. It was absolutely fascinating. And she talked a little about the scanning. She talked about all the forms that are now done online for parents, and progress reports and disciplinary reports and grading and blah, blah, blah. It was fascinating. And she said she would love to come to a meeting, and she would be happy to do a presentation with us on what all is being done in the middle school as far as technology. I was blown away by it. So it was really, really great to see what's going on and what the wave of the future is, and how some old folks might be left behind. So it was really a great visit. I really, the school is great, it's clean, everybody's friendly. What a great school. So thank you for all your work and your teachers' work. So, we have it.
Somebody else? I went to the chain school this afternoon, and little did I know, I was walking into a party.
Oh.
Now, does anybody know what today was, or, yeah, it was?
Wait, what's the date?
Out at the chain.
Today's the 11th.
They have a party for the 100 days.
100th
Day,
day.
Love hundred.
Oh, how
100 days
fun.
in or 100 days left?
In, I'm
100
sure.
in.
100.
It was kind of a party, and all the kids were having a great time. And everybody, and of course, these kids are, first, second grade, and all of them they all walk around with smiles on their faces. They love their teachers, they love what's going on, and it's just really a neat environment out there, and I think we all know that. But you walk in, what are the little bracelets that you're supposed to bring me, because I paid $3 for one?
Paracord, Olympic paracord.
Okay. $3. I can hardly wait till I get mine.
Assume it's a fundraiser for something.
I assume.
They're going to jump rope for heart.
Oh, all right.
What are they gonna do?
To the Heart Association for our jump rope for heart.
Good. But, so it was an interesting day, but all the kids were having fun, and you walk in every class, and the teacher says, gee, why don't you tell Mr. Shambo what today is? By the end of the third or fourth room, I got it. Anyway, that building out there never fails to amaze me. It's a real treasure out there. Okay?
Recognition, we have a lot of students and programs to recognize this month. Grades 4 through 8 had a geography meet, and in your packet, let me just see if I can do that quick here.
Turkeys?
Yes. Backyard. We had a number of geography views of grades 4 through 8, and pictures of the students. Congratulations to those students for moving on in the geography bee. We had grades 3 through 8 spelling bee. In your packet are the names and pictures of the spelling bee winners as well. So those two events are held at the middle school, I believe.
I'd like to add the regional spelling bee was today, and Waupaca took the top 3 places. So
Where
Nathan
was
walks,
the regional bee?
Yeah, it was at Wild Rose.
Okay.
And so Nathan Walksmuth earned the right to go down to Madison to represent our region. Bailey Seafelt took 2nd place, and Alex Thurman took 3rd.
Wow.
It only took 28 rounds.
28?
Wow, that's
That's good.
And Alex went out in the 3rd round. So Bailey and Nathan went for 22 rounds by themselves.
February 1st through the 28th has been designated Career and Technical Education Month by Dr. Tony Evers. The February 9th through 15th is FBLA week. We do have an FBLA organization at the high school. February 10th through the 14th is the School Bus Driver Recognition Week, and February 15th through the 22nd is the National FFA Week. And I believe we received an invitation to breakfast on Tuesday, I believe, the 18th. So board members are able to attend that, 6:45 to 7:45.
No, 55. 7:55.
So the kids come in just in time to clean. 7:55.
So if you can attend that, it's always a nice event.
And on Friday, we also have, the exact times aren't in stone yet, but around 2 o'clock, we'll have an FFA or Egg Olympics. We haven't had one for probably 5-6 years. And there was a time that Mr. Egelbrecht kissed a pig at the big event, so we'll see if we can do that again.
They're still talking about that.
We're sorry, we're
Yeah,
discussing something
yeah.
over here. Could you repeat that, please?
I want to know what the date and time is for that.
Okay.
It's a week from Friday, right? During-
Right,
yes.
right.
Is
Yeah.
it indoors?
Yes.
The pig?
So that would be the 21st.
Yes.
And it's at 2 o'clock?
Yeah.
What time will Carl get there?
We'll see. He has to have the most money earned.
We have to earn the right.
I'm kind of pressuring him into doing it right now.
Then National Debate Tournament, we have qualifiers, Dakota Marlega and Emily Meyer, and alternates Kelsey Wolfram and Amanda Durfee. Congratulations to those students. Wisconsin Association of Cheer and Pomp Coaches, Inc., state competition. We had middle school jam dance, grades 5 through 9. In jazz category, they received a first in state. And middle school jam dance, grades 5 through 9 pomp category, they received a fourth in state. So congratulations to the students as well as the coach, Molly Duray. So, and if any of you were able to attend the performance of those two groups, it was held after the state event. Jim was full, one side. It was very, very well received. Kids are pretty excited about that. High school jazz, same organization, they received first in state Division II. And high school pom received first in state Division III. And I believe that's a repeat performance, first in state last year as well. So I'm going to try something here.
This is video, you're not going to give a demonstration or anything?
We were thinking you would.
Okay. This is what happened the last time I tried.
These are all pictures, although you can't see. It's not going to work.
Did you have their practice picture where they're all dressed in the black?
I've got all of those pictures on here.
Did you have a video of them
I don't know why it's not.
dancing?
Yes, I did. Right there. Tell me any reason why that wouldn't be, I'm sorry? Any idea why that wouldn't be showing up as a picture? Yeah?
All I can think of is that media player doesn't want to show it.
That's what it appears to be.
You know, the DVD in there, right?
I do.
There you go.
But they're all still JPEGs.
Try looking in your Explorer folder. Second, towards the bottom.
See where you're talking about.
All the way at the bottom of your taskbar.
Oh, in here.
Right there.
Okay. There we go. That was Mr. Egbert handing out the awards. These are pictures. One, two.
There you go.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Congratulations to those girls and their coach, Amy Marcon, received the organization's prom and dance coach of the year. So congratulations to her as
Incredible.
well.
Good for her.
Okay, elementary music program. They had a food collection during their winter concert and donated 607 pounds of food to the Waupaca Food Pantry and Ruby's Pantry. So thank you to them. Good job. And then under thank you notes, get a letter of appreciation sent from the Cub Scout leader for the work of cooperation with Ms. Hare and Bob Custodian and Glenn for allowing the Pinewood Derby to be held at Chambers Elementary School. They've done it out there for a couple of years now. Under administrator, future dates, March 11th, their next regular board meeting at 5:45 p.m. And then in your packet was in January. We always take a second Friday enrollment count in January, and we're showing a decrease of, I think, 10 students. 11 of that decrease is attributed to the high school senior class, I think, because we have a number of fifth-year seniors who were counted in the third Friday in September, and then no longer counted, graduated, or moved on by January. Plus, students moving in and out, but we generally have a change. There's no pattern. Sometimes it's up in January compared to September. Sometimes it's down. But we're down to 10 students this time.
We had, what, about 6 early graduations?
Oh, we had that many?
Yeah, it was 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
So that would also factor
Oh, they
in
count for
that
that
as well.
And it's no clear, and there, if you look at the number of students moving in and out, there's a lot of them, but net ends up being. And that's always a good thing, when you get those fifth-year seniors to come back, graduate after counting them, at least they graduated, where in years past, they would not have graduated, just finished their senior year and been done. It takes us to board monitoring, and this month we're going to monitor one of the board policies relating to executive limitation. And just as a reminder, executive limitations are things that, that administration is required to do or can't fail to do, can't ignore. And I had asked Carl Hayek to put this together, and I'm going to claim right now that he is responsible for most of this stuff. And I thought it was a pretty nice summary of what's happened and a good representation of how well the district is protected. The asset protection isn't only, or what most people think of, the money in the bank, you know, have we protected the money in the bank, but it's also an asset, the human asset, protecting our employees, as well as the protection of equipment and supplies, chemicals, and things like that. So I was going to go through all this. I think I will highlight some things. I don't, it's front and back, so I don't think I need to go through all of it. But start with the insurance summary. In most of these, you'll find that we have companies or people who are hired to do the reviews and consultations and recommendations. T.E. Brennan, all district exposure limits regarding insurance levels, so that when we bid out insurance for property, boiler, and general insurance, we're bidding on the right things, making sure that we're protected. Then we have EMC bidding process for our general liability, educators liability, commercial crime, etc. We've also had EMC come in and do some training with our employees, such things as slip and fall analysis. And as Carl indicates here, that's usually our largest dollar value in losses related to slips and falls. And we've reduced our 3-year rolling modifications below Wisconsin School District industry average. So that's good news. You will recall the WLC and middle school parking lot safety project, and we had consultation with EMC on that as well. Snow removal, in fact, they just came in. Carl, maybe you want to highlight that a little bit. They came in and did a review of all of our sites.
Yeah, basically, the insurance company comes in and does an annual review of all our district locations and a comprehensive study. And the fellow has the territory of basically the entire northern territory of Wisconsin and upper Michigan. And it was a great review. There's minimal things that were that he noticed, but all in all, he indicated that the district is making excellent strides in safety and minimal issues that you can find. And he also praised the snow removal, that it was just excellent compared to larger and smaller districts that he is acquainted with. So.
It's nice when you get those types of reports. Worker compensation dividend check averaged approximately $45,000 over the last 2 years. That's a kind of a rebate check for because we did not have claims as expected. The bullet case in point, we have 2 former employees who have lodged unemployment compensation requests and denials and then appeals. And we've been working through those. One, after you run out of all of the unemployment appeals, then they have the opportunity to claim discrimination appeals and things, discrimination claims and things like that. And we have 2 cases going on right now. One is over a year old, the other is over 2 years old. It takes that long to get through the process. We believe that we know we're protected against loss, but we also believe that we'll prevail in those cases. We have people working on that. Fiscal security, I think you're well aware of the laws there and how much money we can have in our banks. You allocate certain certain dollar amounts to our, the different places where we make deposits. I won't go into that a whole lot. Place where we've gotten a lot better over the last couple of years is the safety training and compliance. It's hard to think about all the places that we have exposure for liability, but this is a pretty good list. When you look at MSDS sheets, they are now all available online to our district staff. And we have our own portal within our website, so they can look at the MSDS sheets and other information that's out there for us. There's annual training beginning of the year for all staff in bloodborne pathogens and hazardous chemical storage labeling. That's a requirement of the law. Custodial maintenance staff is trained in that as well. Ladder safety, common safety violations. The buildings are mapped with regard to any asbestos that's remaining. We have a certified lead asbestos person on staff. Property disposal, any demolition is done according to statute. I would also highlight a wellness initiative. We've been making great strides in that as well. A number of ongoing programs with a large number of employees and spouses involved in planning for wellness and good health. So I want to just highlight those things just to let you know that they are going on. We don't hear about them very much, but I think we are well protected our assets, whether they're human assets or buildings or physical. Anybody have any questions on that?
The comment on the MSDS chemical data sheets being online, I assume we do have them posted in appropriate places where there might be the potential exposure.
I just want to make sure I understand your question. We would have cleaning materials, say that I have an MSDS sheet. We don't post the MSDS sheet by the materials, do we? I don't. They're only online if someone needs to go and find out what's, if there was an exposure or something to that effect.
Right.
I believe that's the requirement. Because there are some pretty innocuous things that require MSDS sheets, I believe. So it's not like you would have it posted everywhere that there is a big chemical.
There's risk in posting it, in that you can post something and then move a different chemical into there and have some misinterpretation. There's also risk in that you can have an outdated MSDS, you put it up on a wall, and so then my next question would be, are we diligent in keeping the most updated copy that's the most recent on file?
Carl, can you tell us the process for that?
Sure. The product is basically just in time. Anytime there's a new product introduced, it goes just in time, or anytime there's a change, it goes just in time to actually environmental management services, and it all links into our website, and the portal gets upgraded just in time automatically. So if there is a change in, even like ivory soap or something like that, that has an MSDS sheet, so that's just in time. The chemicals and everything that's locked in those secure cabinets or any bottles are all labeled. Everything is labeled, so there's not just a bottle sitting just like that. So immediately, and if it's not labeled, then if someone sees it, that did occur, then whoever, whether it is a staff, any staff member should get that bottle out, take it out of the area immediately, and then we check it out from there. So, but I think that those kind of issues, I think, have been really kind of resolved over the last 3 years, and I think we're getting better and better with our MSDS sheets, excuse me, and that's a process that has, when I first started, they were all manual, all over the place, and now it's all online for the staff. They got an issue for a chemical, they can go right online, alphabetical, hit it, it's there, they know exactly what it is, you can print it out, they can call the suit, and they can move pretty fast. That was the idea behind it.
So Carl, if someone buys a new product, Glenn pulls out a new product for cleaning floors, as an MSDS sheet, how does that get online?
That immediately, when that new product goes into play, he tells the EMC company, that our management consultant, and it goes online immediately. No new chemical goes through without hitting the document. Any purchased chemical goes through that process before it even is in play in the district.
So Glenn initiates that process?
Correct, and and a science teacher could initiate that, any purchase requests. Once we see those purchases go.
Who's our final gate before it goes to EMC?
Pardon?
Who's our final gate? Who has the final sign off from the district before it goes to them? You?
It would be Glenn.
Okay.
If somebody is using a cleaning product and it's after hours, do they have access to the computer that they can look this up?
They do. Each custodial base has access to a computer and internet access. They don't each have their own computer, but.
I mean, you know, just so there's somewhere that they have access to.
Right. But it is managed by another company. We're not responsible for actually physically putting things online. A company manages that for us.
Correct.
Oversees that. And they are a liability company, so it's in their best interest to make sure that we're up to speed.
Okay, so there's no need to keep paper copies anymore?
No.
Just because I get some from the items that some of the tech ed teachers buy, and so I wouldn't need to keep a binder anymore.
Not if they're put online.
Didn't answer the question.
That would be a question for, I think you said.
And
it's on the
I
state,
can call,
right?
I'll.
I don't think so. I think that better, generally regarded as being better to have it. It might be a false assumption that to have it online, that you don't have old copies anymore.
I think I heard what Carl said, the business office sees a purchase order come through for a chemical, then before that's purchased or put into play, it goes online. So your teachers, when they purchase chemical and the MSDS sheet comes, we're supposed to have a copy of that. Other questions? Carl, good job of summarizing and good job of watching over our assets.
Consent agenda. Is there a motion?
Are there any questions related to that, the continued policies relative to vaping machines, electronic vaping machines? You probably saw in the paper that was a big deal in other school districts. We had one incident at middle school where a student had an e-cigarette on them and triggered our attention to say, okay, how do we protect against this? In fact, not all e-cigarettes are nicotine, and they could be water vapor. But this will outlaw an e-cigarette or vaping machine altogether.
And looking at those two, do they need to be separate or can they be combined?
They need to be separate. One is for, the quick answer is one is for students and the other is for adults who might be at Habercorn Field or in our gymnasium. One's community related, one's student. Is there a motion?
I asked.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Stephen Johnson.
Yes.
Connie Baldwin.
Yes.
Kirsten Greenfield.
Yes.
Emily Hampson.
Yes.
Sandy Robinson.
Yes.
Betty Mannion.
Yes.
Steve Shambo.
Yes. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.